Hey, I am back with an oldie but goodie type of tutorial, because even though I have a playlist of wash and go tutorials on my page, I still get asked, how do I do my wash and goes? And I guess you all just want to know how I do it at this length of hair. And like I've said, I do it the exact same way. The technique, it just doesn't change. So I decided, well, let me just get on here and just show you really quick a couple sections. And my hair is wet, but the trick for me and my hair texture, and I'm not saying that you have to do this for every your hair texture, but this is what works for me. My hair has to be really saturated with water. Even though it's wet right out, I just rinsed out my deep conditioner and it's wet, but I like for it to be soaking wet. So I apply my leave-in, and I'm using Curl Junkie smoothing lotion, and I'm only using about that much. That's about the size of a dime, I would say. And I smooth it through and rake it, finger rake it. And I take my ends and kind of swirl them around the ends here. I don't put an oil on my hair. For some reason, my hair, wet hair and oil, they don't like each other. So I save my oil for when I seal in my moisture at night. So I have applied my leave-in. Now I'm going to apply my gel, my styler. And you use your gel or styler of choice. And you smooth. And I get it on my roots back here. And I smooth it down. And I do the same thing with the ends. I get it on my ends. I make sure every strand, every coil is coated with product. So this is my first section. I go on to the second section. And like I said, it is wet, but it is not soaking wet. And I like for my hair to be soaking wet when I apply my product, when I am doing my, I would say, wash, shingle, and go. Take another dime size amount. And those of you who have used a Curl Junkie smoothing lotion, you know it just kind of just glides through your hair. It really does. It works well, I think, for not only my hair texture, but all hair textures. It is absolutely, hands down, one of my favorite leave-ins. This is my toughest section right here. And I'm going to apply it just a tad bit more. And when I say tad bit, it's just that much. And you see I'm smoothing through. If I can get this in, I get them on camera. Making sure my ends are really good. Apply my styler, my gel. And I know some of you are going to ask, what gel am I using? Well, it hasn't been released yet, so we're going to call it the mystery gel. But stay tuned. I'll tell you guys more about it when I'm able to. But I've been testing it out, and it's really working really well for my hair. So then I take the two sections together and I just smooth. I didn't really add any more product, but I'm just smoothing, because this is just I am really making sure that I get every single coil, curl, whatever you want to call it, whatever you have, saturated. I'm finished with that section. I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to go to the next section. I always start from the back and work my way up front. I start off in 4 sections, then I split the section. So this was a section and I'm going to split it to 2 sections. Again, take your water bottle, spray it down. Add your dime size or whatever you need for your length of hair. Finger rake, smooth, take it down to the ends. I cheated that section. I'm going to put a little bit more. Take your styler of choice, and you really, if you're using kinky curly curling custard, you really want to use this technique because it's tricky, but once you get the technique down, it's all good. Make sure every strand is coated, and you can do that by just finger raking through. Take it down, take your ends. Make sure you have the ends. Okay, so that is 1 section right there. Move on to the next section. And for all of you who are having problems or mishaps with your wash and goes, trust and believe that when I first started doing wash and goes, no, it was not this easy. I had more fails than win, but I was determined that I was going to get the wash and go down. So I always tell you guys, practice makes perfect, and that's with anything, right? That is with anything. You practice until you get it right. You practice on the day you're not doing anything, when you have time, if you get to rewash your hair and start all over. That is the beauty of natural hair. That is the beauty. That is one of the reasons, I mean, you can just start all over and keep getting it until you get it right, till you like your results. The technique doesn't change. The products change, but my wash and go technique does not change at all. Again, I take it down to the ends. Add my styler. From the roots, take it to the roots and bring it and work it down. Finger rake. This ensures that you're getting every strand coated. When you have every strand coated, it cuts down on your frizz. This technique that I'm doing when I do the wash, shingle, and go, because it's not really a wash and go. When your hair is this long, it's not really, you know, a wash and go. This is like a wash, shingle, and go. But it doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. Because I'm almost finished. So then I take the 2 sections, like I said. Twist my ends, get my ends. Clip this section. I will do, let me see, this is a bigger section. I'll do a smaller section for you. See how I'm just saturating my hair with water, just getting it really saturated. Since this section is a little bit bigger than the 4 that I broke up in the back, I'm adding a little bit more leave-in. Smoothing it in, taking my ends again, making sure my ends has product on it. Making sure it has from root to tip, just smoothing down. Now this section was okay for my leave-in, but I'm going to break it up and break it up smaller so I can put my styler. See how I'm taking it and making sure it's on the roots. Smooth and then finger rake. And I'm doing this live time, so you will be able to gauge. I mean, it really doesn't take long at all. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. It may seem tedious to some, but I like for my hair to look a certain way. And this is the time that I spend on it. Again, take your ends and smooth your ends. And this section is finished. Move on up here. Take it. Smooth it. And finger rake. Okay, I'm going to finish. I got to switch batteries and then I'll come back and show you how it looks completely finished. See you soon. Hi, I'm back and I have finished applying all the product to my hair. And so this is how my hair looks. Wet, full of product. See how it's grown. If you go back and look at some previous wash and go videos, my hair was like up to here. It is just growing wonderfully in my opinion. Because I haven't had a real trim since last July when I got my highlights. And then every now and then I put my hair in twists and just nip my ends. So yeah, I am finished. Now, what you can do, I took all my sections down and you can take a little bit more product if you want. It's not necessary. Rub it and just smooth it in your hair. And then sometimes I just come out and I just scrunch up. I don't do the cold water rinse anymore, not at this length. I don't. I did it all the time when my hair was shorter, but I just don't do it anymore at this length. Not that you probably couldn't, it's just my preference not to. Now I'm going to take my clips. I always start out with a part, but as the days, you know, as my wash and go gets older, the part just seems to disappear because it just kind of grows or shrinks together. But the first day, I have a distinct part. So after I put my clips in, I just kind of tilt my head back and just shake. Just to help, that helps kind of clumps my coils. You can see. So that is it. That is what I do. That is how I do my wash and goes at almost 2 years. I will be at the 2-year mark June 2nd. So yeah, my wash and goes have come a long way since day one, since I started them. So that is it. I hope everyone is having a great day. Today is the Natural Hair Meetup Day, and I will not be attending one. It's also my best friend's birthday, so we are going to party today. So yeah. So I hope everyone who went had a great time. And until the next video, I'll see you later. Oh, and if you have any questions, again, about my technique, just leave them below. And the leave-in that I used was Curl Junkie smoothing lotion, but you can use the leave-in of your choice. You don't have to use the leave-in. But like I said, the technique doesn't change, the products change. So as always, thanks for watching.